All right, terrific. Welcome everyone. We are live, Bloom TV. We have a very, very special guest tonight. We have two very special guests, one's a surprise. And this is Natalie Shaw. So welcome, Natalie.
Thank you.
Natalie and her business Wild Floss, we're going to have a discussion about tonight and talk about and learn more about Natalie's changing career and where she's heading with that, where she's been, and that's going to be a good fun discussion.
Yes.
You're going to be able to ask Natalie some questions. But before that, I want to welcome you all for coming here and joining us live at Bloom Online, whether you're joining us on Instagram or on Facebook or here in person. We have one most very special visitor tonight. That's Tegan. So thanks for coming, Tegan. So nice and cold and wet and wild outside. So if you're at home, hope you're nice and warm and cozy. And thank you for joining us. So whether you're a Bloomers Club member or a Butters Club member, welcome. For those who are new to Bloom TV, to give you a little bit of background on what we do and why we're doing it, we are most passionate about flowers. Myself, Yvette, I'm the founder of Bloom College, and of course we absolutely love flowers, all of the teachers here at Bloom College, and we want to share that, and we want to share our passion but also the joy of flower arranging and what that brings, because as we said, we love it, and it's now one of your passions as well, Natalie.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about that as well. We've got some really great prizes tonight as well. One prize is a Bloom College toolkit, and that's valued at $198, so there's some goodies in there, so that's a toolkit. We also have, all the way from New York, we've got some merchandise from the Flower Girl. So we have one of her signature aprons, and we also have one of her branded notebooks.
Very
so
cool.
Perfect for flower arranging classes when you're taking notes in class. And we also have one of her tote bags as well. So that was part of a prize from our previous Bloom TV. So for those who haven't seen it, you might want to check it out on our Facebook page or also on YouTube, where we met with Denise Picaro from Flower Girl NYC, so that was most exciting. And and so Liz Wise was the winner of a merchandise pack from there. So she was very lucky. She answered the questions. So which we're going to have for you tonight. So we're going to have some questions during some ways that you will get to participate. Our second guest, you are actually going to be able to throw what you would like for her to demonstrate. So that's Georgie Stanton, and we're going to throw Georgie in the deep end. So you might like to take part in that and have a think about what you'd like Georgie to make. So that's going to be a bit of fun. But we're certainly not throwing you in the deep end, Natalie.
I hope not.
We can't wait to see what you're going to make.
Ooh.
So let's start with your inspiration firstly for getting into floristry. So how did that occur, and what were you doing beforehand?
Okay. Wow. Lots of things. I, after school, went straight into study. I actually did 4 years worth of fashion design.
Right.
And then went on to do a whole bunch of different jobs. I ended up making wedding dresses and a lot of made-to-measure stuff. So that kind of threw me into that sort of wedding world where there was so much more than just choosing a colour of a dress and, you know, what the flowers wanted to be, and it all kind of always linked in. And so it was always in the back of my mind, and then a few things happened and I ended up moving to Melbourne, which is 4.5 years ago now. And on a whim, I had packed my bag. I decided within 2 weeks and moved here, not for fashion, not for flowers, not for anything, purely to help a friend. And when I was here, I kind of looked into it a little bit, but didn't really. Life was very crazy and busy, doing 1,000 things whilst I was here and making new friends and, you know, discovering Melbourne and how great of a city it is. But I think eventually I sort of missed that creativity that I got from fashion, and I knew it wasn't that, and I knew I didn't want to be pattern making or sewing anymore, and I wanted something else, but something that brought me more colour into my life, I guess. So I ended up deciding to sign up for the course, and I took on a job in hospitality on the weekends, so that extra money helped pay for me to study.
Great.
So I worked 7 days in the lead up to starting the career change course, and did the career change course and kept working in hospitality, and that money then paid for flowers and
Great.
you know, just experimenting and playing around, I guess. And
Because there's lots of practice to do.
there's
isn't
a
there,
lot
in
of
the course?
practice, especially when it comes to portfolio week. I really
Yeah.
wanted to push myself and do a lot of things, and yeah, do things that I was proud of, that I could reflect upon, and you know, put out in the world that I liked myself as well. So yeah, that, and now it turns out I'm here now, and I'm
Right.
still working in hospitality.
Yeah.
Currently managing a cafe, so life's pretty crazy at the moment, and I'm very fortunate that the owners allow me to do this on the side, which
Wonderful.
will become,
Yeah.
you know, more soon. So
Yeah. So you're very much in your transition period.
yeah,
right
I
now.
am. Yeah, and I've done a few weddings now since I finished, and they've been wonderful. And I'm really lucky that I've had lots of friends get married this year
That's great.
and next year.
Yeah.
So that's been nice that you've had the trust of like friends as
Yeah,
well. And
That's wonderful.
it's always, I think, more scary, you know, going to drop off my friend's bouquet than
Yeah.
someone I don't really know that much.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I still have panic attacks every morning when
Yeah.
it's wedding day. Yeah. Yeah, so that's kind of where I got, I guess.
That's
And
great.
yeah, I'm on the way. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Excellent.
hopefully.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
good. So we're going to pop onto our Facebook page.
Yeah, go
we'll
for it.
put a link to
Yeah.
your website,
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
which I know you put together as
Yeah.
part of your portfolio, actually.
Yeah, I did. So
Yeah.
it hasn't really been updated since I did my portfolio in September. So I guess life is pretty crazy managing a cafe
Yeah.
and doing every single floristry thing that I can get my hands on in any spare time. So I'm still haven't finished my branding off, and that's one
Sure.
of those things that, yeah, you just have to make these goals, otherwise you can't sort of get there.
That's
so,
right, yeah,
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 so
so
very
true.
busy next couple of months doing that,
Yeah.
and
That's
and
exciting.
relaunching online hopefully, and
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Excellent. And so tell us a little bit about the inspiration for your arrangement tonight. which you
Yeah,
wanted to
so
tell us.
I thought it would be really good practice for me too. I envisioned that this would sort of sit at an event on the end of a bar, a special function, could be a wedding, could be like a birthday party or something.
Great.
And
It's
sort
quite
of a little bit
versatile.
asymmetrical, and yeah, using a few different pieces that I really like.
Yes, we've got
Yeah.
some yummy things
Yes.
here to do. So we'll talk through them as you
Yeah.
get started.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
if you'd like to get started.
Yep, cool.
And any questions that you have for Natalie or any of us here at Bloom College, you can post them into the comments section and we will read them out and we'll be able to answer them live.
Yeah, cool.
So absolutely beautiful bay leaf foliage
Yeah, so
that Natalie's got here, and
yeah.
she sprayed it. Can we
yeah,
have a
I
look at
actually
the
brought
spray?
this along so you can see, but
Terrific.
it's just a copper spray paint.
Excellent.
And I just had a bit of fun with that this morning. Just thought I'd do something a little bit different, and it kind of pairs back with the colours and
Beautiful colour.
yeah, a little bit fancy.
Yeah, very fancy. So that's a Design Master spray, and so it's
Yeah.
made specifically for the floristry industry. I'm sure there's other craft industries that use it as well, but we do use it quite a lot in floristry. So yeah, you can buy that from any of the flower wholesalers.
And so I've pre-soaked this foam as well, this double brick,
Terrific.
so that there's all the juice in there for them to keep going.
Excellent.
And often when I'm doing this, I kind of don't really know what it's going to turn out like until
Yeah.
I sort of start putting a few key pieces in there
Yeah,
and
sure.
keep going. Yeah.
Terrific. So is this going to be a double-sided arrangement or one-sided?
It's more one-sided, so I
Excellent.
guess this will be the front closest to me, and I'll
Sure.
spin it around as much as possible.
Yep.
So the focus is on the front, and I'll sort of fill the back more with just foliage.
Great.
Kind of leave that to the end a little bit, so that I'm not sort of wasting
Yep.
flowers. I've also
Excellent.
got a little bit of
Little bit of
magnolia, but I often find that the spray paint doesn't stick to the leaves as well.
Sure. Just the texture of it.
Yeah,
doesn't-
on the
doesn't
shiny
grab.
green side of it. I did a hanging installation where I'd spray painted gum and magnolia with black. And by the end of the day, I just had little chips of black all over my face from it all just kind of flicking off as I'm like cable tying stuff up. So I've learnt not to use black on Magnolia now.
So I'm just going to check and see if we've got any questions.
Yeah,
but what I'd also like and ask for those at home to do is just to shout out to say that you can hear us, you can see us, that you're with us. That'd be terrific. So let's just check on that. And if you've got any questions. So let's see who's with us. And if you're joining us from the Career Change group or you're a graduate, we would love for you to say hi as well. Maybe you were in class with Natalie. So, hi Kay. Kay is saying that she's listening to us while on the train to Ararat from Melbourne. So
Sounds like a fun trip.
that is a nice trip, Kay. She said it will make the time go quickly. So thanks for watching, Kay. Hope you enjoy it. And Jenny is from South Australia, so welcome, Jenny. Thank you for joining us. One of the other prizes that we're going to have tonight also is our Flower Fundamentals course. So that's one of our newest online courses. So perfect for those not in Melbourne or not able to get to some of our classes. So Kay, if you're in Ararat, you'd be able to join us in Geelong with Georgie. So you might win a workshop, Kay, and see how we go. So, Marielle has a question. Would you only spray the morning of?
No, you could definitely do it the day before. I've worked on an event and we sprayed roses the day before. They're actually orange roses, and she sprayed them. I feel like I've got black spray paint all over my face.
It's just a little bit.
We spray painted them gold and we used them the next day. They do kind of look a little bit more tired, so I think kind of leaving it as fresh. But if it's just foliage, I think it's totally fine. And the stems are still good, and you can just keep them in water still. But yeah,
and I think
depends what else you have to do on the day as well. Like sometimes you don't have a choice.
Absolutely. And would you say that it would be dependent on weather a little bit as well? Because I certainly find if
if it was
summer, they're going to dry really quickly. So that would be morning off. But winter, you could definitely do the day before, and probably preferable because you also don't want the wet paint when you're putting it in either.
No.
So you don't want them. You want them to be the paint to be well dry.
Definitely, and the foliage does take a little bit to dry as well. Like if you're spray painting roses, which these are a little bit old, but I just gave them a quick spray paint while I was there. Actually red inside, and they dry off pretty quick. But I noticed the foliage I go a lot heavier, and they take a bit to dry.
Yeah. And the reason for that is that the petals of the roses, they're so porous, so they'll just take it in. Whereas the harder, heavier textured foliages are more protective of themselves.
Definitely. So I'm just adding in some Geraldton wax, which I always like to just add in as a filler at this time of the year. It reminds me of home. My mum used to have a big giant purple bush.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, and I just think it's really sweet.
Yeah, nice.
Such pretty little flowers.
Yeah, they are beautiful, but it's especially nice when you have a flower or a colour or any material that give you that emotional memory.
Definitely.
This
would
really
definitely
nice.
be one of those for me. Which I don't actually use that much, but I just spin it around so you can kind of see.
I think that'd be a good question actually for people at home. So if you wanted to post what flower, or it doesn't have to be a flower, it might be a colour, or it might be a flower in a particular colour that you have a particular emotional attachment to. So something that you really love and that you're very fond of, and why. So we'd love to know that. If you could post that out, I'd love to know. And of course there'll be a prize for someone. So now we're putting some more ivy berry into the other side.
Yeah.
So that's to balance it out?
Yeah, definitely balance it out, and Depends what I'm doing. Sometimes if it's just a table arrangement, I'll always fill the base first.
Sure.
But I know we're on a bit of a time frame tonight, so I'm kind
Yep.
of just filling in the bulk now, and then I'll go through with like little bits of leaves that I can kind of cover up that cage.
Right.
But yeah, I think when it's on a table, you're sitting there eating dinner or drinking, and you can see it a lot more as well. So
Sure.
I've put a lot more focus in
Nice.
on that level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just so nice when you're at a function or any dinner, and to be able to sit there and look at stunning, beautiful,
Yeah, it makes such a
beautifully
difference.
arranged, thoughtfully arranged flowers.
Definitely.
Not something that's just just thrown together
Yeah,
and basic.
would agree.
And now these roses, we really have to talk about these roses.
Yes, they're beautiful, aren't they?
Yeah.
I'll just spin this around.
So have a look at that beautiful big red rose, and this one in particular.
Yeah, these are my favourite. I have a friend who just loves black everything, and when I saw these for the first time, I just had to buy them for her. They are gorgeous. They're very fragile. They're very expensive.
Yeah.
But
and they've come a very long way.
they've come a really long way, and they've gone through a lot, which I think kind of makes them a bit more special. Yeah, and I started using them quite a lot in just bouquets and stuff, and they started getting a lot of attention. And I recently had a bride who just was obsessed by them and wanted them in a bouquet and everything at a wedding, and so that was really cool to do it on that level and not just with my taste in a bouquet. But yeah, so these are peeled back.
So in a moment,
They come,
If you
squashed from overseas, which makes me really sad. But they can open up. This one actually looks really good. Sometimes they may have been sitting at the wholesaler for a while, that they often go quite mouldy really easily as well, and the petals will fall away. But this is what I've done to it. Yeah.
Sure. So when you're ready to work with the next one, we'll get to watch you.
Yeah, definitely. I'll peel that one back.
Peel them back. The way that you do.
Yeah.
It's a delicate thing to do.
It is.
Roses are very fragile, and they do bruise very easily. So there is a gentle way of doing that. So the colours just work in so well. So it really, you can see your previous career really coming through with the fashion and colour.
Yeah, definitely.
You really have brought that into floristry, which
I
is
think so.
really very special.
And although I wear a lot more black here in Melbourne, in summertime I'm always in a floral printed something or other. I think in winter I just I want to hide because it's cold too. But, that's always
it's a very Melbourne thing.
Really enjoyed pops of colour. Pink is a natural selection, of course. Just going to spread some things out a bit.
Yeah, so we're bringing some pink through to this side as well now. Lovely. That's gorgeous. So let's have a look.
Perfect.
Thank you, Lynn, for answering Nancy's question. That's wonderful. So I hope you're well, Lynn. I've been enjoying watching Lynn Scott.
Oh, from my class.
From your class,
Yeah,
yes.
hi Lynn.
So it's been great watching Lynn's progression as well, and some of the amazing things that she's been doing and making. So hi Lynn, great to have you. And Nancy. So Nancy's favourite are freesias. Oh yes. I think that's a lot of people's favourite, isn't it? They're so stunning. That's really special. So a really nice special memory there of her grandfather when she was a child. So that's really nice. And we've got lots here. Marie with lavender. And Lynn says hi back. Alright, coming along nicely.
Just filling in some of the down the back.
Beautiful.
I will.
roses just, because they're so big, like
Yeah, they really
just
fill
up
the space
beautifully.
a lot.
They're just so dominant.
Yeah, I love it. Just need to there.
Alright, so we're
yeah.
going to now demonstrate the peeling
Yeah,
of
so
the rose.
often I was taught many ways. I actually just YouTubed it myself for the
Yeah.
first time when I saw it on somebody else's Instagram, how big they were, and wondered how she did that. Surely they can't grow
Yeah.
amazingly like that. So sometimes I remove the outer ones, but other times I'll leave them on. Just depends how it sits. They like to spring back, but also I like to kind of give it support underneath. But
Sure.
everyone's kind of different. I kind of hold them back with my hands. Probably won't work now that someone's watching me. But basically peeling them back as they go around in order, and pushing it with my thumb and kind of holding it with my finger on top, and you kind of feel it pop out.
Yep.
They are really fragile, not just the black rose, but all of them. And I find white's obviously the most delicate because you can see the creases in it happen straight away. So,
No hiding there.
yeah, no, there's not. Black you can get away with a little bit. And also, like, if they're too fresh, they just tear and they rip at the base.
Sure.
And that's the last thing you want when you're using them for an event as well, for the petals to go tired. Yeah, so you just work your way around, really.
Nice.
Sometimes the centre will be too tight, so I just give it a little blow, and it kind of forces the petals out naturally, and then I'll peel them back that way. But the blacks seem to be pretty awesome already. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, and just a couple of layers and not so much the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a
Beautiful.
question?
Thank you. All right. So, where are we going to pop that one?
It's always when it starts to fill up, where should I put it? But I
Yeah.
also want to,
Highlight all of them.
let the eye sort of follow down
Yeah.
as well.
Beautiful.
Gold in the front here, I think.
So if we've got any questions for Natalie, post them out. And we'll be able to cover them. I'm just going to double check that I'm getting the full feed. And Amanda, if you can let me know if you see any questions that I haven't covered, that'd be great.
Someone was watching from Finland, which I thought was pretty cool.
Finland. Oh,
Wow.
very nice. Thank you for joining us from
Really
Finland.
cool.
I'm not getting the full feed, so I apologise if your question is missed, but we will get to them all. Okay, we'll keep checking that.
Just added
Oh
some
wow!
spray roses in there for a little pop of pink.
Yeah,
I'm just
it's
gonna.
really brightened it up.
Yeah, it has, hasn't it? I'm just gonna fill the back a little bit. Get this covered up. Often this will be facing the bar, and
Yeah,
it just really depends on where I was
sure.
going to place it as to how much. You know, if someone's going to see it from the side, then I'm going to put some
Yeah.
flowers back here. But
Just to finish it off.
yeah,
Beautiful. That's absolutely stunning. So we might finish this bit off here,
yeah,
and then we can throw to any more questions.
yeah, definitely. Get some more pink in there, I think.
And Natalie, and perhaps you could think of a question that
Gosh.
we can throw to the audience
Okay.
for a prize.
Right. Okay.
I'll throw the first one.
Yeah, I can throw one if you
You've
like.
got to throw one to throw as well, yeah?
Yeah,
We'll have
so
three.
Natalie
Okay.
said that the flowers were from very far away. Does anyone know the
Oh
colour?
yeah, I don't
Yeah.
even know the full history of them sometimes.
There you go.
Yeah, and perhaps like the technique of actually making them that black colour as
Yes.
well.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, terrific. That's a good one. So if anybody knows that, feel free to post away. My question is, what was your previous career before starting floristry?
Good question.
Yep, so if someone would like to answer that. And then we will randomly choose who's going to get what prize. So it could be the Flower Fundamentals course, it could be a workshop here at Bloom College, or it could be the merchandise from NYC, from Flower Girl NYC, I should say. All right.
There was a question for Nat about why she chose Bloom over TAFE. Why you chose
good question.
That's a really good question. I chose Bloom because it fitted in with, I guess, with my lifestyle, and for me, like, I am living in a city that's not my home, so I didn't have as much as my family supported me, I didn't have the opportunity to stay at home and have mum cook dinner for me while I was spending all my money on flowers. So for me, I needed to keep my full-time job, and yeah, I guess Bloom kind of worked for me in that sense, where I could just do this on a Saturday and still had Sunday to be social, or for me, keep working. And so I think that kind of really summed it up for me. I can't say I really did too much research, but for me it was more about the condensed situation of it, rather than like spreading it out over 4 years. And I knew that I wanted to be involved with flowers and I wanted to do it quickly.
Sure.
So it ticked all the right boxes. I got to learn all the things that I needed to learn, meet all the people that I needed to meet, and have the skills to kind of go out and obviously learn a lot more, but be able to do things straight away. And so that was, for me, why, I think. Yeah, I can't imagine still thinking about studying.
So
Right now. So I just wanted to get
intensity.
into it, you know, and give me the knowledge and the skills and how to do things that florists do. And how do they actually make that? So that was kind of why, really.
Right. So to be able to do it flexibly, in your time.
And then a lot
but
of
also
people.
that it was intensive, and so it was all at once.
And they were very busy Saturdays, but they were so fun. And there was a lot of people in my class that, like Lynn was working as an accountant, I think. That's what she was. And we had many people who were working full time, and that whole class was really full of people working full time and just doing this on a Saturday because it worked for their lifestyles.
Right. And you've kept those connections as well?
I have. I see Anna all the time.
Right.
We often catch up and talk about like what events that we've done, and still talk about how much we hate doing quotes, and just kind of sharing stories of what worked and didn't work. And it was really fun working with her on an event recently for a wedding, really big wedding.
Yeah, great.
So that was really fun. It's sort of, I
Terrific.
just want to do a couple more pieces in there, but kind of.
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's
it's
absolutely gorgeous. It's very full and it's very beautiful. So well done. It's absolutely stunning.
About this as well.
Yeah.
Would you make this on site, or would you make it?
It really would depend on the event and like to how big it was. Say it was exactly this, could easily make it there, and I might tweak some things once I get there. Once it's on the bar, I might put something that's kind of hanging down off the corner more. But it's definitely something that you could transport quite easily because the base is pretty solid, especially when it's full of water.
All right. That's wonderful. Thank you.
How am I going for time?
Yep, all
We
good.
done?
Terrific. Yeah, so while you finish that off, we're going to now ask that you put forward some submissions for what Georgie's going to make. So we're going to throw Georgie in the deep end. And so if you wanted to just post in the comments an arrangement that you would like to see Georgie make, we will have a look at what those different answers are, and of course it's going to be slightly dependent on the array of flowers that we've got to use, although we have got some beautiful things. So post away what would you like to see, and Georgie's going to get started with that, so that's going to be fun. So let's have a look, see how quickly we can get some responses. I hope that my feed comes through. Lynn's asking for a tall vase arrangement. That's one. Let's see what else we've got. An asymmetrical urn. What would you like to see, Tegan?
A bouquet of some sort?
A bouquet of some sort?
Georgie makes the best flower crowns.
Georgie does make amazing flower crowns, absolutely. Bridesmaid's posy. So how about we let you choose out of that, Georgie? I think that would be fair. You have a look at the flowers that we've got.
Looking at the flowers, I'm kind of thinking maybe bouquet. Yeah.
Yep. Sounds good. All right. Well,
We're kind of done.
all done.
The back
That's
needs a bit
absolutely
more
stunning.
filling, but
That's okay.
yeah, if we had a little bit more time.
Yeah. Well done, Natalie. Thank you so much for joining
My
us.
absolute pleasure. Thanks for
So
having me.
make sure that you follow Natalie, particularly on Instagram.
Yeah.
So it's at Wild Floss. We're going to post that as well in the comments. So at Wild Floss. But you can also have a look at her gorgeous webpage and portfolio, and that's wildfloss with one S.
Yes.
.com. So
Yeah.
we'll have a link to that as well, which I
Yeah.
think we've already got up there.
Cool.
So thank you
Thanks
so much for joining us.
My
It's been
pleasure.
wonderful to see you
Thank
again.
you. It's been nice to be back in the classroom.
Great. And we can't wait to see your, progression now. So you're transitioning into
Yeah.
floristry,
Yeah.
and it's,
Yeah.
part of the journey, and
Yeah,
and
it is.
we wish
Yeah.
you well, and
Yeah.
look forward
Yeah.
to staying in
Thank
touch
you.
and
Thanks so
watching
much.
what amazing things that you make.
Thank
so
you.
Thanks for joining us.
Pleasure.
All
Do you
right.
want me to take this away for you?
Yeah, so let's
Yeah.
just take that over to here, and we'll get some beautiful shots of that as well. And then Georgie's going to come in and make a stunning bouquet. So we've got some beautiful things to work here with. We have some gorgeous silver suede. Thank you. We have some yummy tulips. Now, of course, you don't have to use all of this.
I just want
it's
these.
just what you want to use, yes. And the most divine coloured penny roses. They are so beautiful. So they're coming from Holland at the moment. And everything else is local. Some beautiful Queen Anne lace, some nice roses, Lysianthus, and I can't remember the name of that foliage.
After dark, I think.
After dark.
After
that's it.
dark.
Beautiful.
It is, it's gorgeous.
Very nice.
Great colour.
And we do have some other yummies if you want them as well.
yes, please.
Have to have the Halloween. All right.
Okay.
So should we put you on a timer? Should we really test you?
Yeah, let's do it.
Should we do it?
Yeah, that sounds great.
All right.
Do you want to blindfold me?
That has happened
It
before,
has
hasn't
happened,
it?
yes.
Yeah, no, not doing that.
What's the time?
Okay. Oh, you decide. 90 seconds? No.
Let's just do it and we'll time it.
Okay,
Okay.
alrighty.
All right,
Okay.
how about that?
Okay.
Okay. All right. So we've got the timer going?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Alright.
All right.
I wonder what a respectable time is, do you think?
Let's just see.
I'm just trying to think, how much time did we do in our course?
I'm guessing that it was, because that was way too many years ago to remember, but I'm going to guess that it was about 15 minutes. think that
Yeah,
sounds about
yeah.
Yeah. For a posy?
Okay.
What's the difference between a posy and a bouquet?
That is a terrific question. Are you happy for me to answer that?
Yeah, sure.
So, a bouquet is a range of different flowers put together in the hand, which are also classed as, in the industry, classed as hand-tied. And so a posy is a type of bouquet, and it's a very short, structured, rounded arrangement.
Yeah.
Is that how you would
I
describe
would
it,
too,
Georgie?
yeah, definitely
Terrific.
round, yeah.
Yeah, it's a very rounded, domed type shape. Whereas a bouquet can take on any form or any shape as you choose, as long as it's made in the hand. So great question. Who was that question from? That was it. That was Amanda.
Thanks, Amanda.
Very good. Excellent. So we've got some lovely comments for your arrangement. Lynn says it's absolutely beautiful. So does Melanie. She says it's gorgeous. And Nancy's most excited to see the hellebore.
I better put some in then.
Yes.
Oh, it's so long. We don't often see
No,
hellebores this long.
it's quite beautiful. Oh, this looks amazing already.
I'm going to make it more of a fan shape.
Yep, so a little
Yeah.
unstructured.
Definitely unstructured and more kind of elongated.
Very nice. And Georgie's using a bit of grouping as well, so she's grouping the tulips together. And this is very much in line with what florists that we need to do a lot of the time, isn't it? We need to
Be
think
fast.
quickly on our feet and
Well, yeah,
put it together. And sometimes the best things come together.
absolutely.
That way as
Even
well.
today, before I left work, I had to deliver a job. So 25 table centres,
Wow.
and I was actually running 15 minutes late, and they phoned me to ask if I'd left, and I thought they were going to say, you know, hurry up.
Yeah, where are you?
And they said, can we add 5?
Oh, wow.
So I had to stop and make 5 table centres before I could leave. So yeah, you do have to do things in a hurry.
Yeah. So for those who haven't met Georgie before, Georgie Stanton has her own floristry, but also is at the Geelong Flower Farm
That's right.
as well, and also teaches in our classes at Geelong. So if you're attending any of our classes in Geelong, you'll be
Yeah.
fortunate enough to learn from Georgie, and some of our classes here in Melbourne as well. So in particular the wedding
Intensive course.
Intensive.
There we go.
Wow, that's amazing.
What's my time?
How are we going?
3.5 minutes.
3.5 minutes. Amazing. Well done.
And can I
Let
just
me
say,
get some
with
twine.
no snips either.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
No snips.
I haven't used.
I've given her nothing. Nothing.
I'll be
Being
chewing
extra cruel.
the stems off. But this is definitely how it can be in a commercial environment.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And you know, no space, which I've given
Yeah.
you. No space.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And we're just talking about the new Grandie roses that are coming
Oh, yeah.
through. I don't know if anyone has seen those, but they're amazing.
Now, what are they called? Someone told me today and I've already forgotten.
Yeah, so my favourites at the moment are Mojo.
Oh, wow.
Pure Blonde is gorgeous.
Good
And-
names.
Oh, they're great names. Popstar. Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah, they're really, really great names.
Yeah, I can't wait to see one in the flesh. They look amazing.
They're beautiful. Now I've already got quite a handful, so I might start to just finish it off. And what I do sometimes is I just loosen it in my hand, just so it just doesn't become so stiff.
Yeah, so just relax.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Nice. Beautiful. Let me get you some twine so you
Thank you.
can tie it up when it's ready. Now, would you say this is the most popular style of bouquet right now?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
A bit more relaxed, a bit more organic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not so perfect.
Not so perfect. And even the colours are really on trend as well. I think
Yeah.
there are similar colours to what Nat used today. Just tie it up.
Yes, we did do that on purpose because we know Natalie's signature colours, and so we thought let's work in with that and get some of these beautiful tones that you work with.
And sometimes with weddings now, that's what we're getting is just a colour combination. We're not getting specific flowers, which is really, really nice. It just means that we can pick the best things that come from market.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, I'll just trim.
But the clients understand and they trust that you know the flowers best, and so the brief is just on the colours.
That's right. Yeah. We're working with a palette rather than just. Okay, so
Beautiful.
kind of ended up with that one. What's my time,
How are we
Amanda?
going?
That time was, 6.5.
Six and a
I was trying
half
to get under
minutes.
5.
Well done. That's beautiful. Well done, Georgie.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Excellent. Nice job.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Wonderful. All right. So let's throw to some questions so we can have some giveaways. Now, let me see. I've just forgotten the name, I'm sorry, who suggested the bouquet.
Tegan.
Oh, it was you, Tegan.
Yeah,
I beg your
Tegan.
pardon. I thought it was an online one. Okay, so Tegan, you get the Flower Girl merchandise. So very nice. So you get to have it's a really cool, really funky apron actually. It's got a little frill at the end, a tote bag, and a notebook. So well done, thank you. And yes, because we've most enjoyed watching you make that bouquet. So thank you. Well done. Excellent. And another question. So let's see. Lynn has dropped out. Hope that you're back with us again, Lynn, and that you can hear us. Okay. Yep, I've got the feed. Terrific. Okay, so questions. The biggest flower in Georgie's bouquet. What is the name of the biggest, darkest, most dominant flower in Georgie's bouquet? All right, let's see if we can get that answered. Rachel has said that she loves the darker toned foliage. Thank you, Rachel. So that's a question. Georgie, do you have a question for the viewers?
Okay. Yeah, what is the name of the darker toned foliage? Does anyone remember what I called it?
All right,
Yes.
very good, excellent. All right, great. So that's 2 questions. And Nancy, looks like Nancy got that. Oh, I beg your pardon. Chloe, they were all straight on the penny. We've got loads of people, loads of people. So we're going to need to go back to the feed and see who was first on the penny, because that was very quick.
Yeah, do they remember which country it was from? Because you did mention
Did
it.
I say?
You
Okay,
did,
terrific,
yeah.
excellent. All right, so if you remember which country that the peonies have come from, if you could do that as well. And I just need to say hi to Holly, because Holly's saying hi. So
Hi, Holly.
Hope you're doing well, Holly. And I'll see you in the morning. All right, very good. So lots of giveaways there. So we will message you in the comments if you have won a prize and what prize that you have won. Thank you so much for joining us. And any questions that you've got, still, post them, and we'll still be able to answer those for you. So if it's questions of Georgie, questions of Natalie, questions for myself or any of the team here at Bloom College. But thanks for joining us. We look forward to seeing you again on Bloom TV. Oh, one more thing I forgot to add. Any upcoming episodes, so it's still once a month that we're going to be posting Bloom College Live, Bloom TV Live. If you have any requests for arrangements, guest demonstrators, anything, we'd love to know so that we can keep showing you things that are of interest to you. And yeah, we look forward to seeing you next time. All right, thanks for joining us.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Thanks for coming.